Hey, this is Daryl Olson from the Jackson Fishing Team, and this is going to be our second fly in the 6 fly series on nymphs. I need to tie up some nymphs for a New Hampshire trip and Maine trip I'm going to be doing at the end of this month and into early week of August, or August, September, end of August, early September. And I'm getting this out of Thorax Trout and Salmon Fly Index. It's a pretty good little book on flies that are primarily in that area where I'm fishing. I believe he was out of Conway, New Hampshire, if I remember right, his history, and somehow is associated with maybe the North Country angler up there way back in a long while. This book was first printing was in 1979, and on there, and this copyright on this one here is probably from that area. It says copyrighted at 1978 by Dick Surratt. So it's pretty good little book on there. There's a lot of good flies, some original to that area. So why don't we go ahead, and the fly we're going to tie up will be a black stonefly, which is I've been told is a good color for the McCalloway River over in the Rangeley area, and we'll try some up. I didn't have it with me last year, so we'll see how it works.
All right, this is the black stone nymph, and that's what we're going to tie. Well, they call it the giant black stonefly. It's a nymph, and it was I don't know, good fly. You can tie it, in the book says either an 8 or a 10 or whatever. I'm tying it on a size 10, so why don't we go ahead and get going. And the hook I'm going to use is a Daiichi 1720 in a size 10. It's a 3X long. We'll debarb that. And the thread I'm going to use is an 8/0 in black. But before I do that, I'm going to put some weight on here so it'll sink a little bit. I'm only going to put use some lead-free 0.020, and I'm just going to put 10 wraps on here just to give it a little sinking action. You can do as many as you want. Yeah, we'll break that off. And then I'm going to slide it forward just a little bit on there. And then I'll use that thread to lock that in place. Start right back behind the eye width behind the eye. And we'll take this back to where the barb used to be. And then we're going to create a ramp to lock that in. And it'll give it some shape for an underbody. The next material I'm going to put in, I'm going to use is some black ostrich. Ooh. And I'm going to take it up here on the tip instead of these longer feathers. I only need maybe 3 or 4. Up there. No need to waste some long ones. And I got 3 right here. And I'm going to go ahead and just tie this in. Not the length. I'm going to shorten it up a bit so that it's probably maybe the gap width. And then I'm going to wrap this forward, help cover up that lead. Even though the dubbing will take care of that as well. And we'll snip that off. And we'll take that thread back. And I've got some black wool dubbing. I just took some wool yarn and cut it up and put it in my blender, and it comes out, you know, maybe cut it up in 3/8, 1/4 inch, maybe 1/2 inch long, who knows. I didn't measure, I just cut. And you see, I'm just putting a little bit on at a time. And with the shape, you can see I'm getting somewhat of a taper with the under part of the body being there, and I'm just going to add a little bit more to get me close to that 2/3 point. And I think I need a little bit more. All right. Next I'm going to put in a wing case, and I'm using black goose shoulder on there. Yeah, let me get another hook out. Yeah, I'm gonna take the same hook and create a hook gap width here. trim that out. And then I'm going to take some of this Solarez Flex cement. And cheat here to stiffen that up. I don't know if it's cheating, but I'm going to say it is. Then I'm going to take my UV light and the idea is so that I don't split it. I'm going to go ahead and trim this even here. And trim this off. And I'm going to go ahead and tie this in right here. Kind of lightly position it so that it's sitting on top of the hook. And next I'm going to do is I'm going to use some rooster cape fibers in black. And that's going to, for my legs. Oh, before I even do that, I'm stripping this off. But before I do that, I'm going to put a little dubbing down. Oh, yeah, I'm going to tie that in. I forgot. I'm all screwing up here. Yeah, I'm going to tie this in first, and then I'll put some dubbing on. Just give that hackle someplace to rest, and it'll look like and we'll just give it 3 or 4 turns. We're not needing a lot. And we'll lock that in. Then I'll get a little bit more dubbing to finish that off. Don't need a lot. gonna get rid of this. Funny thing here. And then I'm gonna try to pull the ones down on the top down a little bit. And then fold this over. Making sure that's on top. And we'll trim that off. And we'll build up a little head. Actually, maybe a big head since it's the nymph. Nymphs don't have little heads. And then I'll give it rub a little head cement on there and give it one more whip finish. And we'll trim that off. Oh, maybe a little cleanup. And there we have it. A little large black stonefly nymph. And hopefully it'll catch some fish for me. Alright, we'll close this thing up.
There it is. Little black stonefly. You could maybe even tie Montana stonefly. The only difference is it's got maybe yellow or short truce for the thorax, but basically it's the same fly. So you know, when you're tying up black stoneflies, or even let's say the yellow or golden stonefly, you know, different colors, but just find a pattern. Just find a pattern that you like, that you can tie for a stonefly nymph, and stay with that pattern. Just give it different color variations. That is what I would do, instead of trying to figure out a lot of different stoneflies. You know, it's really all about the shape, maybe the color on there, and that the fish will get it. All right, I'm Daryl, and hopefully we'll see you on the water. All right.